Oh, hello there, this is the Entertainment Needs, and today we are reviewing
Poltergeist from 1982, a classic Steven Spielberg film. One of the scariest, I believe.
Yeah.
IMDb gives it a 7.4 out of 10.
I can understand why. From what I gather, this movie did get positive reviews.
And Rotten Tomatoes gets this an 88%. Whoa. And no, this has nothing to do with that Fairly Odd Parents episode, Poltergeist. That is a ripoff of this, The Ghostbusters, and another one of Butch Hartman's other series, Danny Phantom, a little bit.
So basically, this movie shows us that a character named Steven and his wife live in a California home where they just bought it. But apparently, they don't expect something from this, do they?
Dude, do we really have to do this movie, by the way?
Their daughter, Carol Ann, wakes up in the middle of the night only to be going downstairs. While she's walking to the TV, her dad is fully asleep, and the TV is shown to have just a bunch of static, and she presumes to talk to spirits from the TV because apparently there are ghosts in there.
Oh. Of course!
So she is beginning to talk to the static a lot, and as a result of that, her parents are hearing it a lot more now.
Same with her family, which they all notice and proceed downstairs to find out what's going on. So basically, the next night, the family falls asleep all together in the family bedroom until they fall asleep with the TV still on. Carol Ann wakes up again, noticing that the TV is just full of static, and once again proceeds to it like the night before. Carol Ann fixates on the television as it transmits static, and suddenly a white hand of a white apparition blasts out from the television screen and vanishes into the wall. Because of this, it triggers a violent earthquake in the process, and as the shaking subsides, Carol Ann announces they're here.
Don't worry, I'll call the Ghostbusters in. Surely they will be able to solve this problem, and if not them, I'll call Danny Phantom for help. Dun dun dun.
They're here.
The next morning, Carol Ann's mother asks what did she mean when she said they're here, and she flat out says it's the TV people. And apparently this gets her confused because, well, they're not aware that their house is haunted right away. But things start to get strange when their glass starts to shatter out of nowhere. That is until, once again, Carol Ann stares at a TV that shows nothing but static. And because their silverware is bent, there's some weird stuff going on. Anyway, everything else seems pretty fine.
Until she notices all these chairs stacked out of nowhere.
And not before long, Steven comes back home from work to find out what's going on. So when he does come home, his wife is literally excited because of the paranormal things.
Oh, come on. How the heck could she not be scared? I mean, that's like me not being scared of the penguin robbing a bank. Oh, hey, popcorn.
He's confused about what she's talking about, so she decides to demonstrate this thing by showing him that the chair can move on its own. It all starts with the chair shaking, which startles him a little bit, but until the chair actually starts sliding across the room to the end of the kitchen wall, which is obviously poltergeist activity right there. And because of this strange activity, they go to the neighbor's house for questions. They ask them if they have noticed any weird things going around, but they just look at them like they're crazy because they haven't noticed anything. The neighbors obviously don't notice anything, say nothing's going around, which makes them freak more out. The following night, the tree that has always been scaring Robbie actually bursts through the window and attempts to carry him away, and because of his screaming, his parents end up barging in.
It's not scary, it's not scary, it's not scary, it's not scary, it's not scary.
So because of these events happening, the closet in Carrie Ann and Robbie's room begins to open, which reveals a portal. But this portal intends on sucking things in it as all the toys and other junk in their room begins to slowly go towards the closet. And Carrie Ann herself is about to be sucked in as she's holding on to the bars of her bed. Wow, what a mess right here.
And of all places, Family Guy did a parody of this. Ugh.
But everything turns out to the worst when Carol Ann herself gets sucked into the closet, and afterward getting blocked by a bed. And in the meantime, Robbie gets saved by his dad from the whole tree thing. After all that, her parents come in and the entire family decides to look for her to find out where she is and find out that she's in the closet. But after Robbie's screaming, his mom comes in only to find out that she's actually in the TV, talking with the TV people. And as her voice is transmitted to the TV screen, they find out where she is. So Steven decides to call in some parapsychologist in order to help them fix the entire poltergeist problem. When Steve goes upstairs with them, he tells them why he always keeps the door locked. But this time when they open the door, they found out that the entire room is completely haunted due to the fact that all those objects in the room are flying around, and the beds are spinning and whatnot, and they're all coming at them, still unaware where their daughter is. The following night, Carol Ann's mom decides to communicate with her daughter as the parapsychologists are recording the audio data, as well as the static on the TV still turned on. That is, until the ceiling starts bursting out objects such as jewelry and other watches and stuff, as well as knowing that this is a portal. Some strange events happen in the kitchen, as well as one of the parapsychologists start to peel their own face off in the bathroom near the sink. This is obviously very gruesome due to the fact that he's peeling his own skin off from one cut, but this is only the work of the paranormal because they're literally giving him visions of like demonic stuff. And yes, Family Guy did the exact same thing in the exact same episode where Peter Griffin peeled his skin off because of one little cut. All the members of the house wake up to find out that they see the spirit and the phenomena of what causes this poltergeist, which makes them excited when they catch it on video. So who do they get? Ghost Adventures? Ghost Hunters? Or Ghostbusters? No, they call in a psychic medium named Tangina. She states that the ghosts inhabiting the house are lingering in a different sphere of consciousness and are not at rest, and a demon known as the Beast has Carol under restraint. So when they head upstairs, the assembled group discovers that the entrance to the other dimension is through the children's bedroom closet, while the exit is through the living room ceiling. That is where they do the little testing of the tennis balls, where they throw it into the closet as the other tennis ball comes right out through the living room ceiling. Steven's wife Diane decides that she's going in to save her daughter, so they tie a rope on her. And that's where he gets to see the demon face to face as it looks like a gigantic skeleton. With all of his strength, Steven successfully pulls out his wife, along with his daughter Carol Ann, who are perfectly alive.
And this is the part where they finally begin to move from the house. Yeah, it's about time they thought that.
The following night, Robbie notices that the clown that was sitting on the chair is gone, and he gets suspicious of where it is.
Well, you see, little do they know, who knows where the clown went. Maybe it's somewhere in the leaves over here.
Everything turns to the worst when the clown grabs Robbie by the neck and pulls him under the bed, as his little sister is watching.
When Robbie's mom hears the noise, she tries to enter the room to see if her kid's alright, but some unknown force is preventing her.
That is until the spirits literally make her go on top of the ceiling as Robbie is still being attacked by the clown. That is until a creature starts to emerge from the edge of the door as it tries to go in. So the family, deciding that they cannot handle any of this, they decide to go run into the car and drive the hell away from this place.
Well, who wouldn't? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the house begins to crumble in. Yikes. Whoa. I mean, that's definitely kind of spooky. I feel bad for anyone who was stuck in there.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
As all the neighbors just watch by. So the rest of the family decide to move into a motel until they get a new house.
Yeah, that really does make sense. And then the dad basically, kicks out the TV to avoid another poltergeist happening, because basically the ghosts are running that TV.
And yes, Family Guy did the same thing in this episode.